I would recommend for everybody who's going to be looking for at least one good trade is to trade right after the of the market. Because that's where you can get a pretty distinct idea of where it's trying to go. Um, Everything in between that tends to be micro levels until it can gradually pull to main levels, right? So currently, like say for current movement, we are up above a prior level of resistance, right? So when you look at this, if you didn't get a trade in, right? If you didn't get a trade in the morning off the open, what would you be doing at this point? Do you have a level here? What is your level? Is it being respected? So do you have a trade idea if it is or if it isn't? And what would your trade idea be?
Yeah. See, like the way I know you didn't do it intentionally for that purpose, but like when you were saying this morning, oh wow, I missed my entry. I'm gonna wait for a pullback, and then
Yeah,
that kind of helped. So like something like that, I wouldn't mind doing like that one good trade.
yeah, absolutely. Because you have a set, when we do the market analysis, usually we have set areas of where we can see the supports and resistances happening, right? So you want to read it kind of like a book, I guess, almost. You want to read the charts like as if you understand what's taking place. So if I would read S&P 500, it'd be similar to what the market analysis was, right? You see that we had a little bit of a level higher, 62.25, didn't necessarily respect that area, but you can see that the support was gradually pulling into these 59 to 60s, right? So when we look for the open, our analysis here is that the price, though it's in a downward move, right? Though it's in a downward move, would actually need to break this 60 in order for us to continue lower, right? It has to make a new low. It doesn't make a new low push, especially off the open. We know one thing is very clear, that the bulls will take this over to move it back up, because throughout the whole London session, this area could not be broken, and into the most one of the most volatile points of trading, which is the open of the US session, these sellers couldn't take it past this low, right? So when you're thinking about all of that, that's why I said the open would be probably one of the better trades for a lot of traders to take, because that's where you can analyze the trade the best, right? Versus trying to take it from, maybe levels up at the top or in between, right? Because now you're trying to figure out where do these buyers and sellers want to go, right? Whereas you can get a distinct direction once you see off the open whether sellers or buyers could get aggressive right in these areas, right? Could it have broken down lower? Sure, but it would have had to help. It would have had to hold these 63, 64s, and then aggressively off the open just break through that. But it didn't. It came back down, but it held it again. So I mean, that's why the long was a great opportunity off the open. But it's kind of like that's how I like to do it when I'm trading. I like to see what's happened so far, and when I'm coming into a session that I'm deciding to trade, have we done something that is unfamiliar or familiar to me around my level, and then look to place a trade from there. That's
Yo, I
how I
just
like
want
to.
y'all to tell one of my friends good morning. My buddy Carl's with me. I'm trying to get him to get into this. He's in Philadelphia, came out to hang out for the weekend.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'd be good for him, man. I mean, like, what I want you guys to try to do ultimately is look for. I know you guys. I don't know. I know probably the main session you guys trade is U.S. session, right? The open and U.S. session. But try to develop one good trade idea around the U.S. open and trade from there. Like, once you can do that, you pretty much be set for the most part, because the market can tend to move in directions of 8 to 10 points on S&P, if not higher. You can see one directional move from here has developed us past our resistance levels. Am I taking anything? No, only because that red box you see up there was my resistance, and at my resistance we started to hold support um, in that resistance area, and I didn't have I don't have a trade idea to be going long at resistance. It's not what I got on my chart. I don't have that lined up. could be a good idea. I just don't got it. Yeah, so what that means is that my next level up is not till somewhere around these 85s, and then if it doesn't stop there, then somewhere around these 89 to 90s. That's where my next trade idea is going to be. So if that's, if that's where we're at on S&P, we're not there yet, and I didn't get the long continue past this area, then I either look for somewhere around our, another chart. Maybe we get resistance here to pull down on oil. Um, Gold is away from my area, so I don't got anything on there yet, and I just gotta wait patiently. Once you can learn that, discipline yourself that way, you'll see trading becomes a little bit easier because now you're choosing where you want to put the risk on.